3 drivers have punched their ticket into this season's chase here in the Mountain Race Series, and there's 13 spots left up for grabs. Hello, everybody. Welcome here to the Darlington Raceway. The lady in black is not going to be very nice to a lot of people today, but she will have a dance with one person today, and that is whoever wins today's race for the running of race 25 of Season 6, the Mountain Dew Southern 500. Now, personally, it's one of my favorite races of the season. This could really determine maybe next season, whenever that is, if there will be a second race here at Darlington, which I really think will happen after doing some testing here and some really good, exciting racing, especially near the end of a race I did. Hoping for the same here in the actual race. Now, I did go over some things, some more chase scenarios, how to lock in and stuff after Bristol and into Darlington. I probably will post some pictures for you guys to see in a moment. If you're not on Facebook, for the most part, a lot of people know what their situation is and where they stand. But after this race, the picture is going to look a lot clearer for a lot of drivers, and the cutoff will be a lot more compressed. There won't be as many people in contention after this race, but it will be cleared out after the race at the end of the video. Hopefully, I'll be able to show you guys who is locked in going into race 26, which surprisingly I still haven't decided where I'm going to go, but I had to pretty soon. But anyway, we know for a fact 3 drivers, like I said, have locked themselves into the chase for the season. They are Danny Wells, Joshua Mudd, and Dylan Young. Those 3 will be in the chase. I've already made their cars for the chase. So expect to see those 3 battling for the championship in a couple weeks, starting at Chicagoland. But now, what's going to happen today? We'll have to wait and see as we go to the back straightaway. On the pole today, in the 1, in a McDonald's colors, a throwback Bill Elliott scheme from the 90s, when I think he drove the 94. I don't remember what year it was. I know it was the 94, but anyway. Trent Dunham is on the pole. Comes in here 6th in the points. Not much of a cushion over 10th in points, but he does have the win back at Thornton, so that helps Trent. But he needs a good run just to maybe solidify the spot today here at Darlington into the chase. On the outside of him is Red Bell, and she comes in today's race 4th in points without a win, but can really pull off something today and maybe punch her ticket back into the chase once again. Jacob Lawler starts 3rd. Lawler's going to need a lot of help for sure. 28th in points, he needs a win. Maybe today is his day to get another victory in his short career. Charles Jackson will start 4th. And then we got row 3, we got Zach Buchanan, recent winner at, I want to say, Michigan. And on the outside of him is Ryan Acosta, still looking for a win. Steve Gonzalez, top 10 in points, trying to race his way into the chase. And Tim Fiegel, who's outside the top 10, trying to pick up some more ground and to try to lock a spot because he has to win this season. And rounding out the top 10 is Michael Walton, the winner from Bristol, and James McLeod, who's trying to make something happen as well in the 51 to try to make the chase again. But without further ado, we're going to try to keep up with everything. There are no cautions. 37 laps and a pit stop will happen. What's going to happen, we don't know. But we're going to go racing here at Darlington Raceway for the Mountain Dew Southern 500.
Just like I told the employees in the meeting, we don't need anything over the top today. We got a good race car, we got a good driver, we got a good pit crew. All we got to do is just everybody carry the weight.
The man to go racing. Poor girl's voice is gone. Look at your starting line. Ian Dutter back here starts dead last. Key person right there. James Qualls, James Silverfox, a couple of drivers trying to lock up a wild card spot to get in chase. Dylan Young's already locked in. Tim Walsh. We got Carpenter, Common, Sheldon, Wells. Got a lot of people back here. Negan runs. Well, Wells and Dylan Young are locked in, but yeah. The other drivers still need to try to race good today to get locked into the chase. The pace car is off. Couple at the front of the pack, Trent Dunham and Red Bell. What are the odds of this happening? I don't know, but we're just going to roll with it. Race 25 and the second to last race before the chase is about to go green. There it is. The green flag is out, and the Mountain Dew Southern 500 is underway. These drivers are going to be hustling big time. I see Red Bell try to get in behind her boyfriend, Trent Dunham. She's trying to pull a quick one on Jacob Lawler. Lawler would have none of that today. He's on a mission to win this race. And if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen early in this race. But the racing I saw in the testing was really good. Hoping for the same for you guys here live at Darlington Raceway. And Trent's going to lead the first lap. Red Bell's in the wall. And again, definitely not going to be a surprise to see people hit the wall. Joshua Mudd slid up right into Tim Fiegel. right in front of Cody Lamas. There's not a lot of people piling up yet. Joshua Mudd completely missed the corner. He is locked in the chase. Oh no, Sky Commons, Cody Lamas were involved. Lamas already eliminated from contention. Balkan's back here. Sky Commons, dude, he had about, all he could do is win basically, and this is basically going to end it for him if he can't get it up to speed again. Tim Walsh got held up. Ian Dutta did well. Wall just missed the corner. There's Galligan. He has damage. Danny Wells has damage. And just like that, like I said, the wrecks were going to happen. They were going to happen early, and they already did. Here at Darlington. And I believe Tim Fiegel has a little bit of damage on the back of his 78 car. Yeah, he does. The World Vision Chevrolet does have a little bit of damage. Fiegel dropped back, I believe, to the 20th position. Let's see. Yep. Not what he was wanting to have happen early in this race. It did space the field out quite a bit. As Jacob Lawler is leading the way. That's a tough break for a couple of those Hendrick cars. Cody Lamas, he's been on a roll as of late, getting some good runs. But right now, is MWR teammates at the front. Jacob Lawler and Steven Gonzalez, couple drivers that battled for the championship last season. Steven winning it over Trent Dunham. Lawler was in contention. Naturally got into Trent Dunham, which was pretty controversial after looking at it at the end of the season. Everybody might have said it was like an assist from the 56 to the 55 to help him win the championship. Don't think that was the case. It's a misjudgment call, but these two are at it once again this season, both on different ends of the spectrum right now. Gonzalez is up in the top 10 in points, running 5th right now in points, and Jacob Lawler, who was a surprise last season in his rookie season, having a bit of a sophomore slump as his teammate goes for the lead. Lawler's stranded down at 28th in the point standings, running out of time to try to make the chase once again. Battle for 3rd place between Ryan Acosta and Zach Buchanan. Now Buchanan won a couple of weeks ago, got the caution to go his way, which actually screwed him in Indianapolis. It got him the win at Michigan. He's 11th in points, trying to work his way in the top 10 points, which would be good for drivers. That'd be another driver wildcard situation. Get in the top 10 as they're catching Joshua Mudd. It'd be good if Zach can get in the top 10 for them. There'd be another spot maybe for somebody that doesn't have a win. Acosta is one of those people. Acosta comes in today's race. Not even sure exactly. I think they wrecked again. Oh no. Dylan Young got involved in a crash. The worst Ford is not worth that much anymore. I don't know who we got into it with. Let's see, Michael Norman's got a lot of damage. I don't see anybody else with damage. He might got turned into the wall. That's a tough break for Dylan Young, who's already locked into the chase though. Looking at the front of the field, I believe it's the top 14 right now. They're up in the front of the pack. Steve Gonzalez is leading right now. He got a bonus point. That's huge for him. Every point's going to matter for he and Buchanan, or a couple drivers trying to make it for sure. Steven doesn't have a win, but Zach has the win. So Gonzalez really can't afford to have a bad race today. His teammates all over him. All Lawler can do is basically win this race. It's all or nothing for that 56 team at this point. They snuck by Lamas and Mudd. Go back a little bit. There's Red Bell. Charles Jackson, another driver. He has to win. Meyerbeck, 22nd in points. He was in the top 10 in points for a good while early in the season. And he drifted backwards in the points at the wrong time of the season in this 5 car. Needing something to go his way. Joseph Lombard's had too much bad luck. He needs a miracle if he's going to get to the top 25 with his win. Aaron Reed's been all over the place but in victory lane this season. He comes here 18th in points. He needs a win. James McLeod can say the same for him, 21st in points. Champion from 2 seasons ago is on the verge of missing the chase for the first time in about 3 seasons, I believe. Cole Daly, we really haven't talked about Cole. Let's give him a moment to talk about this 18 car. He's been really quiet, but he's been running really good as of late. Jumped up, he's right now 9th in the point standings. He does not have a win. But this 18 car has shown some speed as of late, and Daly has rallied to the top 10 in points. He could be on the verge of making the chase. Along with possibly all of the Gibbs cars could possibly make the chase. Justin Perry has a win. He's in the wild card contention spot right now. I believe he holds the last spot coming into today's race. Red Bell being up in the top 10 in points, and Cole as well. So Gibbs could possibly get all 3 cars in the chase after only, I think 2 of them made it last season, I believe. Sean Galligan on here. Oh, Galligan has damage. One of the wild card holders. Another Penske car in trouble. Not quite sure what happened to him. Like I said, we'll go back and try to check some replays when we get an opportunity. As Acosta is leading the way, I haven't really been paying attention to the lead. I apologize. Acosta's got a lap led. Charles Jackson, he's hoping his teammate's going to let him lead a lap. Lombard probably wants to lead lap just as bad. I think Charles will get this lap led. He will. That's important for that 5 team. As he is going to try to hang on in front of Lombard. Aaron Reed's not going to be any time wasting trying to get up there. Costa got the wall. Buchanan got the wall. Like I said, there's 3 or 4 hungry drivers up in the front of the pack wanting to win. Joshua Balkin up ahead. I'll check the field and see how everybody is right now. Everybody's still on the track. Nobody's retired from today's race. We've got another driver we haven't really talked about today. Tony Blazer, he's had a struggling season. He only has 1 top 10 finish this season. He's already out of contention to make the chase. He just wants to have a good finish. It's been a terrible season for this rookie in this 47 car. Dylan Young returns to the track, I saw back there, but this JTT Daugherty Racing single car operation team just needs something to go their way. It's just been a struggle just to get a good finish. They've been fast, just can't finish the deal. It's just been one of those bad luck seasons right now. Aaron Reed just got into it with Joseph Lombard, just put him almost in the wall, saw him smack doors. Panasonic Chevrolet had to get on off the throttle right there. As they're coming up on Joshua Balkin, again, they do have to make pit stops. It's a 37 lap race. We're already 16 down basically. When we get to the line, it'll be 16 complete. As Red Bell is going to get by Aaron Reed for the race lead. But drivers in really right now. Oh, Red, man, that could easily have cut a tire down on that 8 car. Ran right into the left rear tire of that 8. Joshua Balkin's off the pace a little bit. He's holding up Aaron Reed. But people needing to win right now in this situation. I mean, Red needs to win to lock herself a spot up. Cole is the same way in the 18. Lawler, Acosta, Steve Gonzalez. There's Justin Perry. I haven't even talked about him. There he is. Aaron Reed needs to win. There's Sean Henley. He's on the verge of missing the chase for the first time in his career. He's 2 for 2, I believe, right now. Currently 11th. McLeod needs a win. Charles Jackson needs a win. There's Noah Boggs right there and Alex Drayden. They're kind of the last cars hanging around in this pack. There's 16 cars battling up at the front of the pack. There's Schulten. There's Randy Carpenter. He needed a good run. There's Fiegel as well. Jack Richards, Seth Cole needed a good run. He's in his position. He needed to be up there with Justin Perry, and this is not what he was looking for. So I was talking about the points. He's the closest person outside the top 25 that has a chance to get in with the win. But he needed to be up there, and the 11 needed to be back. He's running 21st. That's not what he was looking for. And this pack's getting held up by the slow Dylan Young machine, and Chris Washer is going to get break things back there. Chris Washer's really been one of the drivers on the fall as of late in the points. I remember he was up in the top 5. I think actually led the point standings for a couple of weeks. He's 12th in points coming to today's race. He has the win from Martinsville. That's saving him, but man, he's been dropping like a rock as of late. Not a good time to be doing that for this 17 team. But another one of the break points for the rookie contenders this season. As Waller was leading, but now Cole Daly is taking the lead. As they're coming up on more slow car, they're coming up on Sean Galligan, who has some rear end damage. Tony Blazer's now up to 2nd. Jacob Waller just about ran into the 12. That was close. Oh, these guys got to be careful off this corner. And just going by Galligan. And these guys are pitting. I heard somebody scrape the wall. Steve Gonzalez stays out. And Trent Dunham's going to go for the lead. I don't even remember if Trent actually led a lap. I think he did. These two friends are battling it out. Zach Buchanan stayed out. Joseph Lombard stayed out. Randy Carpenter stayed out. And here's other people coming in. Joshua Collard pitted a lap ago. And Trent really pulled away from Steven. Oh, Zach Buchanan and Joseph Lombard just about got into it. And it looks like Buchanan's going to stay out another lap. And it looks like everybody else that stayed out is coming to pit road this time. You can see the first car off pit road was. They're all on pit road right now as we speak. I think Cole Daly was the first one off. Gonna try to beat his teammate Red Bell. There's Tony Blazer, Jacob Lawler's gonna be right there. Ryan Acosta, Justin Perry, Aaron Reed, Red Bell. I'm gonna go back up here. Check on the other leaders. Trent Dunham and Steven Gonzalez. Trent has that first pit stall. There's going to be a lot of cars in front of the leaders pretty soon. Is Steven going to beat Trent off? I think Trent has some damage he's fixing. Oh, wow. There is a little bit of damage, I believe, on the side of that one car. Yeah, he did fix it. He took the time Don't know if that was really the time to do that, though. I believe Cole Daly's going to end up taking the lead. Cycling back around. Trying to take a look at this. Oh, that Buchanan pit. I forgot he was a lap later. There he is. He's coming up pit road now. As you can see, there's Daly. Daly just went on by. He just went around the points leader, Danny Wells, who's we know has some damage. Danny right now is at 36. Just won the day for him, but he's lucky. He said he's already locked in, so it's not too big of a deal. But now it's going to be a matter of getting around these slow cars for Cole Daly, trying to pick up his first career win. Part-time driver last season, and then his first full-time opportunity this season with Joe Gibbs Racing. Still looking for a win. And man, that 6-car James Qualls really held him up. That allowed Tony Blazer to catch up big time. Jacob Waller still within striking distance, as well as Ryan Acosta. And then there's a gap back to Steven Gonzalez, who's in 5th place, but that's what he was looking for, kind of run like this. Him and Daly up there. Aaron Reed needing to win. He's up there. Justin Perry's trying to get up in the wild card position. He's in 8th. This is what he's having to do. He's doing what he has to. Buchanan's trying to get in the top 10 points. He's up there as well to go around the slow car Sky Commons. But we got a battle between a couple of relatively unknown drivers in this series. Daly, like I said, fairly new, and Tony Blazer's a rookie. This would be a career race for that 47 car if he can seal the deal. This time by, be 11 to go. And they're coming up around Ian Dutta and Andreas Allen right now. Ian Dutta, 3rd in points coming into today's race. Struggling heavily, running 29th place in this 42 car. Not what he was looking for at all. Chris Washer's about to go lap down there. They got hung up behind Galligan. It's going to allow those other guys to catch up. Oh, the 17's trying to get out from behind the 12, and the 18's like, I got to go, I'm leading. And this is going to allow the 56 and the 16 to catch up, and possibly the 55. Now Daly's going to have a mess behind him as these cars try to get around Galligan, who is really holding up the pack. To go back up to the front as Tony Blazer's getting a run on Daly. He's trying to set him up. They're coming up on Joshua Mudd. He's coming off pit road. He shouldn't be a problem. This is Blazer's best opportunity for it. He's going to go right for the lead. Tony Blazer in the 47 to the inside of Cole Daly. Going to drag race the line, give it to the 47. Oh, and they're going to make contact. We had a great race here a season ago. Jake Rogers and Trent Dunham had a memorable battle for the win last season. They had to avoid wrecks. One hit the apron and one hit the wall. Jake Rogers came out on top in that race. Maybe we're setting up for another great classic finish here at Darlington Raceway. Blazer is pulling away from Daly at the moment. They're going to come up on some slow cars. There's Dylan Young. Don't know if they're going to catch anybody else. So go back here to see where Jacob Lawler is. There he is. He's 1.8 seconds back. Ryan Acosta right behind him. And then Steven Gonzalez is 5th place right now. He's hanging around by himself right here. Aaron Reed, Justin Perry, Zach Buchanan, Joseph Lombard, and Red Bell is the top 10. Jessica Sheldon is 11th, and then on back here's 12th, 13th. And then Sean Galligan, he could still be a problem for these drivers by the time this race is over. He could still be holding up drivers, and this could be bad. It's brew some trouble. There's James McLeod. He's really far back here. I don't know what happened to him. He's 23rd. He was up in that front pack. He might be like Trent fixing damage. Ouch. Not sure if that was the case or not. And Cole Daly just got around Tony Blazer for the lead again as he come up on the back bumper of the non-car, Tim Freilich, the car that won this race a season ago, basically. Doesn't have the same speed as last season. It's 27th place. And that's the last car on the lead lap as Daly flies by the non-car, and Blazer had a little bit of trouble getting by him. And the gap, Jacob Lawler, that 56 car is coming. He's got some clean air. He pulled away from Acosta. And now they're coming up on the Atlanta winner, Chris Darlington, the 33. Daly needs to really get around him quickly. Going to see where Galligan's at, and Cody Lamas is up there as well, slow. Galligan's on the back straightaway. He might not be a problem. Lamas could possibly be. Blazer's not going to let the 18 car go. And they actually, I think, put some ground back on Jacob Lawler. He might actually gain more time. Acosta's not catching up. And it looks like these guys are in a really good spot. Oh, there was a wreck, and Ian Dutta got wrecked, the 42. Red Bell was involved. She was running 10th. And Charles Jackson got involved in the 5 car. I'm not sure what happened. It might have something to do with that 12 car. He's off the pace. Alex Drain's on the apron. And so is Sean Henley. Dylan Young's on pit road. Chris Washer's on pit road. There's Keith Batson. Oh. And the 42 is continuing on. They go back up to the front, though, as Blazer is taking the lead from Daly. They came around Galligan. They found him at a really good spot. They're not going to have to deal with him. That might be a problem, though, for Jacob Lawler. Yes, it will. That is not what he needed. It looks like it might be a two-car battle for the win. Lawler's chances of winning are probably over, thanks to the 12 cars. Blazer has a challenge from Cole Daly again. This time by, it will be 2 laps to go. At this rate, we're going to have another first-time winner. And chase implication could be changing quickly for Daly if he can win this, or can Blazer steal it and takes it from him and steal the show. Cody Lama is up ahead. I don't know if he's going to be a problem or not. Acosta and Lawler just watch as the victory just gets away from them right now. Daly has one more lap. Can he hold off the hard-charging Tony Blazer for the win? The white flag is out, and the Mountain Dew Southern 500 is 1 lap from the end. They're going to be coming up on slow cars. Daly has to protect the bottom. Here comes Blazer. He's trying to pick the inside. And they're coming up on James Qualls. What a horrible timing for Cole Daly, and Tony Blazer is going to get around him. The slow car, James Qualls, pinned the 18 car behind him, and that's all Tony Blazer needed. The rookie is finally going to pick up his first win here in the Mountain Dew Race Series, and he wins here at Darlington and takes the Mountain Dew Southern 500 for his first career Mountain Dew Race Series victory. Ill-timed lap car in an ill place just cost Cole Daly the victory, and he did not need that to happen. He needed that win. Wrong place, wrong time for the 18, and Daly's going to have to sell for second. And Tony Blazer, who only had 1 top 10 this finish, and it was a 10th place finish. I actually looked it up a while back and noticed that. He just definitely had his career best race today, and he got the win. This 47 team is going to victory lane for the first time here at Darlington. How about that? Blazer, out of nowhere, blazes to victory. Oh, a horrible joke. I'm sorry. It is late. Just bear with me. But Tony Blazer wins today. Probably a big-time upset victory considering how he's ran this season. He's one of only 2 full-time drivers, him and Cody Lamas, that were no longer in contention to even make the chase at this point already. Blazer pointed out that he has speed in this car. It's just been bad luck this season, and now he is a Mountain Dew Race Series winner at one of the more prestigious racetracks here at Darlington. Cole Daly, a disappointment for him, will end up second. Tough break, but does cushion him a lot more, but he still is not going to be locked in more than likely, so he'll have to wait and see what happens next week. Jacob Lawler ends up third. He had a charge. He was coming up there, but just couldn't get up there and got held up behind the slow cars and killed his momentum and didn't have any more laps. Ryan Acosta ends up fourth. Steve Gonzalez ends up fifth. He needed that run. Solid day for the 55. Aaron Reed, 6th place. He needed a better run, but he'll have to take the top 10. Noah Boggs, good run for him in 7th. Really did talk about the 22 today. Joseph Lombard in 8th. Justin Perry in 9th. Did what he had to do. And Jessica Shelton rounded out the top 10. Didn't really talk about her either. She's trying to stay in the top 10 to try to at least keep the bonus points. She's 8th in points, so this is going to help her as well. Randy Carpenter, James Silverfox, Trent Dunham, James McLeod, Seth Cole, the top 15. Michael Norman, Michael Walton, Jack Richards, Michael Cozy, and Joshua Collard were the top 20 and the only 20 cars on the lead lap. So people were getting lapped left and right in the end of this race, and it kind of went downhill for a lot of drivers. And again, we'll go back and check some of the wrecks that happened because we saw a few, and we didn't get to see what actually started it. As you look through the rest of your field, points leader Danny Wells, 22nd. Tim Fiegel ended up 27th. He didn't need that. He was involved in that first wreck. Tim Walsh, 28th. Joshua Balkin, 29th. James Qualls was 30th, who was in the end of that race. Probably not going to make friends with the 18 car after this race with Cole Daly. Probably not going to be happy with him, but it is what it is. Zach Buchanan ended up 32nd. He was trying to get in the top 10 in points. We have to see what happened to him. Sky Commons' bids to make the chase are probably over after today. Sean Hindley took a hit today. Ian Dutta took a hit in points. Red Bell is out of the race with a clutch failure. But there was a big-time issue with that 20 car. We saw the damage. Joshua Mudd already locked in but got destroyed today, it looked like, in that 88 car. Alex Drayton dropped out of the race. Charles Jackson, not what he needed. Galligan was kind of out there really slow. He had damage. Chris Washer, another bad run for that 17 car, and Dylan Young, dead last. We'll go back and check some replays now and just see what happened during the race and see how some of these drivers had bad days. Now, this was on the second lap of the race. Joshua might have had a run, and I guess he didn't realize he was 3 wide. He got under Ryan Acosta, and he's on the inside of Charles Jackson. Mud's really going to have nowhere to go but the apron. Slides it right up into his friend Tim Fiegel. They back on the wall, and first person to hit Josh is his teammate Cody Lamas, who couldn't avoid it. Michael Norman got a piece of it, Joshua Balkin. You saw Fiegel continue on. Galligan going to get hit by Danny Wells. There's a stack up. Sky Commons got into it. He got his front end damage. Whereas Galligan, he had some damage. Everybody else mainly avoided it, but that was it for some of these drivers early on in this race. And now we're going to go back and check another incident that happened later on. Now this was mid-pack. Dylan Young was not even running that good today. He's trying to get around the 19 Zachary Fitzwater. Gets hooked by Michael Norman, one of his friends, right into the inside wall. I don't know what that was about. Dylan Young already locked in. He actually needed 3 points. I'm actually looking back at this now. Dylan was 88 points to the good. He needed to be 91 points to good. He ended up last. So Dylan actually, I mean, he's basically going to be locked in still, but the fact of the matter is that he did not need that bad of a run still. It would have got him mathematically in, but he'll have to wait now and finish wherever at the next race. But he's still basically locked in, but he didn't need that finish. He kind of just made it more of a probability of missing it. But like I said, slim chance with 2 wins, and he's 7th in points, so yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the next incident. Now, I feel like something actually happened again with Dylan Young. I'm not quite sure. We're going to wait and see, because there was a big wreck coming up here with Ian Dutta and them. Ian's nowhere in sight. And, oh, when Dylan Young was on the outside, Jessica Shelton just ran him over. I was right in front of Red Bell, and that's where Red got involved. There's Alex Drain getting a piece of it. Red got turned. There's Henley getting a piece of it right there. Qualls got a piece of it, and that might explain why the 6 was slow. Wow, Randy Carpenter did a great job avoiding that. I don't know how that 39 car, he had to ride the apron just to avoid it. Charles Jackson had nowhere to go. Sky Commons the same. Tim Walsh got a little piece of it right there. And Ian Dutta just sliding. Oh, he followed Chris Washer right into Dylan Young. Silver Fox did a great job avoiding it. So did Trent. His teammate Joshua Balkin right there. There's Galligan. And there's where a lot of people got involved in that big wreck. And that was bad for a few of these drivers. Red was running good all day. Got caught up in a wreck. Chris Washer was struggling. Charles Jackson was up there too, I believe. And Henley took a hit. That was bad for him. Tim Walsh trying to still do some stuff, and he got involved, but I think he kept going. And just like that, that was, I think, the last wreck of the race. And we saw these two battling out. Wow, Blazer was on the apron right there at that point. I think he actually made pass to the lead right there. He did. Wow. That was one we didn't see us toward the end of the race. But Blazer hung on, and he won the race. And it was a big congrats to him and that 47 team, and that's basically where it wrapped up what happened in today's race. And again, that is it for today's race. Here's a look at the results one last time. Congrats to Tony Blazer and the whole 47 JTG Daughtery Racing team on the victory. See where you finished, and all that. Points will be posted at the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching the race here at Darlington for the Mountain Dew Southern 500. Give the video a like if you enjoyed what you saw in this video. Subscribe to keep up with the channel, and hopefully you guys do and all that. Appreciate you guys subscribing and keeping up with it, and thank you for watching. I will see you guys for race 26, the last race before the chase. It's going to be a good one, I hope. But I'll show you guys if anybody else locked themselves the spot into the chase after this race. It'll be updated also on Facebook. It'll probably be a lot shorter since that last one's pretty long. And I'll try to keep it simple. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and good luck for the chasers. And we'll see who's in. Bye-bye. Bratch. Probably not, but I just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas, and I hope you like this video for today. I will see you guys next time, very soon, and thanks for watching this diecast review. I will see you guys later. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's. Bye! The lifetime way. Wow. How did I get up there? Oh, this is impossible. The Captain Rohit Ray review. This is gonna be a problem. And Brian Acosta. P200 runs John Dillon up the hill. Justin Perry's on his back bumper. He's gonna get wrecked. Oh, he gets pinned behind the 51. That's all it takes. John Dillon's going back to victory lane. This time in the Mountain Race Series, John Dillon takes the Daytona 500.